Hello everyone, here's a reading for the great lunar eclipse in Aquarius, which is going to happen tomorrow on the 27th of July 2018. I hope the weather conditions in the place where you live will be good enough to observe this beautiful phenomenon, especially with the Mars in opposition, fully visible, great red lantern. And when I look at the spread, I also see two red cards and the great skies in the middle. I put two cards from the Margaret Petersen tarot deck, the Star and the Sun. The Star is the card of Aquarius, because the eclipse is going to be in Aquarius, and the Sun is in Leo, so it's the opposition of the Moon and the Sun. And the Star and the Sun are generally on some abstractional level, they are the same, because the Sun is the brightest star in our skies, and stars are suns for different people living on other planets, if there are different people living on other planets. We don't know that, but I think everything what is possible exists somewhere in the universe, which is vast and unending. So we have this beautiful two celestial bodies shining upon us, and we have three cards that I have picked from the wonderful Marielle Tarot. The cards are already laid out because I was doing the reading in my native language first, so that's the only reason why they are already here visible. Remember that the energy of this lunar phenomenon is stronger than the usual one. When we have the full moon, it usually is important and makes a difference for about 2 weeks to a month. But this time it's much longer. It's at least half a year. So whatever is eclipsed here and whatever is revealed here will have the consequences rippling further into the future than the usual full moon. I love the energies appearing. We have the Strength card, which is the card of Leo, which is clearly visible in this card between a woman's thighs. We have 10 of Discs, which is the culmination of material energy. And we have the 3 of Wands, which is all about creation of reality. It's about expecting what's gonna happen, about the law of attraction. 3 of Wands speaks to you about making clear space towards everything that you desire. And this is such a nice coincidence that we have the card of Lust here, because the Strength is also called the Lust in some tarot systems. So we have this visceral, very bodily experience here, knowing your beast, knowing what's inside you and becoming yourself. And we have the Kundalini here in 3 of Wands, which is not a usual thing, but here in Marielle Tarot we have the Serpent of Kundalini unfolding and being ready to incorporate whatever is seen as needed, whatever is seen as wanted. So you see clearly, you know what you expect, and you put your sexual energy, your bodily energy into conveying it into a real matter. Why do I speak about the real matter? Because of the 10 of discs, which is in this particular deck. It's called the Mountain, and it speaks about creating reality without fear. Without fear. That's the important thing. You see the tree of life here. The tree of life in perfect balance. It's held by the goat, and the goat is flying. First, the goat was trapped as a minotaur in a maze, but now he's out of maze, and he's seeing clearly from above on this beautiful wild horse. And this card indicates success in bringing about change in the world. So you can plan and support the reality you desire. And what is beautiful here is that I feel that you know very well what you desire. In this deck, the strength number is 11, and 11 is a master's number, but it is also the repetition of number 1, which is the magician in tarot. The magician that is capable of absolutely everything. Because nobody told magician that he or she can't do some things. So she just comes and does. She just makes things because she can. She has all the tools, and you also have all the tools, all the material resources you need are present here. And you know yourself because you have become yourself, because you were listening to your heart, and you're fully able and fully prepared to take responsibility for your choices. This is also very, very beautiful here in this deck, and I'm going to read it to you. The main motto of this card is, I am turning into myself. And also very wise words here. What is right only you can know. Accepting responsibility is easier if you always do what is right. Knowing what is right comes from knowing one's own soul and trusting in the greatness of it. So here you awaken to your own greatness, to the greatness of your heart that is roaring inside of you. And you see clearly what is that you want because you know yourself. And now you're making it real in the material world. You're bringing the world you want into reality. What a powerful message here for you. And for me also. So bring the world you want into material reality is the main theme, the main energy that wanted to be heard and understood here. And now I also pulled one card for each zodiac sign. So I want you to listen to all your zodiac signs, because very rarely it is that we are only a Capricorn or only a Gemini. Usually we have the sun sign, and our moon sign can be quite different, and also our rising sign can also be, and very often is, a different sign. So listen to your signs and make a perfect mixture out of it. So let's begin with Leo, because it's a Leo time. Leo has 2 of Cups, which is very, very beautiful. Especially when I see these 2 of Cups that are sent to heavens, and I see the star and the sun. So these people, they are not the same. They are different. They can even be the opposites. But the opposites, like in the mirror, you see yourself in the other, even if the other is very different from you. Isn't it the matter of perspective? Why do we see our sun as a sun? Because it's close to us. Why do we see stars not as the suns? Because they are far away. So, what's the difference between me and the other? What's the difference between me and you? Maybe it's only an illusion, because me is near, it is known, and you is further away, and I see you in a different manner. These two pictures, the sun and the star, they are very different, but in the core, they are exactly the same. So who do you meet, and who do you find different and similar in the same way? And how do you respond? This is the love card. Loving the other and loving thyself. Beautiful energy for Leo. Now we have Virgo. Virgo has 4 of coins. So all this wonderful creative energy that appears here, I think in case of Virgo, it can be transformed into building your own power. It's summoning resources. It's making your stack, your pile of coins greater and greater. But always remember not to be stuck in this energy, because this shelter of yours, this castle, can also become your prison. Don't let it happen. Libra has the Hangman. I feel this is very reflective card. I mean, this person is observing what's happening on the sky, being upside down, being totally immersed in the phenomenon happening. I imagine Libras looking at the skies and seeing this beautiful blood moon and the red lantern of Mars beneath, very, very close to the moon. So 2 red bodies, and sinking in it. And the response is not immediate, I feel. Something is changing within you. Your perspective is changing when you observe these things happening, when you observe the flow of energy within you, the flow of who you are, what you want, and how you are gonna incorporate it. Scorpio has a very fitting energy of the Magician, because the Magician is the inexperienced strength card. This is 1 and this is 1. This is the repetition. The strength already gained experience, but the Magician is at the beginning of the road. He doesn't know anything, but he can do anything, because he doesn't know that he cannot. That's the bliss of ignorance. You're at the beginning of the road, you have all the tools, and you feel the flow of cosmic energy going through your body without resistance. So you can bring anything you want to the world in a material form. Use it, Scorpio. In case of Sagittarius, we have the disruptive influence of the mind appearing. 9 of Swords, the culmination of the mind. The mind without restrictions is turning you into someone fearing. What you fear is your imagination. This is not real. So, in case of Swords, the answer to this overwhelming amount of thoughts is always meditation and calming your mind, emptying it. As you can see in this card, these thoughts are not real, they are shadows. So these are the shadows of your imagination that can only hurt you if you let them. So meditate, dear Sagittarius, in order not to disrupt this beautiful creative energy. Capricorns, what a beautiful card for you. 10 of Cups. There's definitely a culmination of some kind here. The feeling of fullness, the feeling of bliss, the feeling of wholesomeness. 10 of Cups. The culmination of emotional experience. You have them all. You have all the cups you need, and now you create the final cup full of light and love together with someone. This is a happy life, happy family, happy home, being safe, being sentient, and being conscious of everything that brought you here. You see steps here. That wasn't always like that, but now you're on the top. I feel it can be very happy now, Capricorn. It can be a very happy time for you. Aquarius, another beautiful energy, the Empress. So, I would say if you don't want to get pregnant, be careful, because these energies are very creative, very lustful, fiery, and making things material. And here's another very creative card, the Empress, the Mother Earth, that is supporting and nurturing everything that lives. The seed is enough for her to make it into a full-grown plant. So whatever you decide to plant these days, it's gonna grow, it's gonna thrive, it's gonna bring beauty and happiness to the world. Use your energy in a creative way, because you're supported by the divine energy here. Very much in sync, very much in sync. Aquarius, Leo, I think, Scorpio, Capricorn, which is interesting because the fixed signs like Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius and Taurus, by the way, they are in a T-square between Uranus and Mars. So I think it creates great tension, but great tension always creates great flow of energy, and perhaps that's why these cards are so nice for these signs. These cards are really, really beautiful and creative. Also, Pisces can concept something. The card of conception, the card of great potency, Ace of Wands. Out of the blue, the sparkle appears and makes your life brighter and enables you to begin with something, because this is the new beginning, or the chance to new beginning. Whether you decide to take that spark and make it into the fire, or whether you decide to distinguish it, here it is, it appears out of the blue. How about Aries? Aries, there's sadness in Aries over something lost. It can be lost long ago, I feel, but somehow you're still remaining in this pool of blue energy, the energy of crying or just being sad and grief. There's grief here. And you're turned into the past, and when you're turned into the past, when you're, well, what am I saying? When you turn to the past, when you see the past, you kind of disappear. You can see this person is quite translucent. It's like he's not here and now. He's not in the body. He's in the past still. So if you have to cry over something, do it, but then turn again into yourself. Be yourself. Be in the body. Incorporate what you want and act upon what is and not what was, because what was doesn't make you who you are. It's just a part. But you're so much bigger. You're so much more, dear Aries. As I said before, Taurus also has very positive energy. Six of Cups. I just realized I made a mistake in my Polish reading, because I don't know why, but I saw it as 6 of Coins. Perhaps because of the circular shape here. So Six of Cups is very harmonious energy, about sharing beautiful things together. Some people say it's a card about about the past, a very nostalgic card. I tend to disagree. Sometimes I see it like that, like the longing for a better past that has that is gone. But usually I see it more as the ability to enjoy everyday life as it is, the ability to enjoy simple things, little pleasures, like the cup full of flowers, like being together with a loved one, just day-to-day energy. It's also a card of material pleasure, quite a receptive one, and quite a passive one. But perhaps you don't need to do much to enjoy the flow of this creative energy that appears here. Perhaps you just need to receive whatever is here to be received. Gemini, another major arcana for air signs. We have the Empress, the Hangman, and the Hermit. So again, a more receptive mode, a more introvert mode for Gemini, as if this flow of energy seen here is used to reveal something within you. The Hermit is the wisest of cards for me. It's about seeking the inner light, the inner star. We can see the lantern here that is giving the light to this strange forest. But when we see closer to the lantern, we see that it contains a star. So it's looking for the star within you, within your dark inner self. It is there. It's always there, and you can find it. And perhaps this is what you want the most now, to find it and to ground it. And Cancer. Cancer has 8 of Swords. I love the card I love this card in the Fountain Tarot, because it shows perfectly what happens here. The head is above the body and it's not connected with it. It's disconnected. So whatever happens here, whatever trap you see, it's not real. It's only in your head. Again, imagination and thoughts are not real. They are not what the 10 of Discs is talking about. It's not the material reality. It's just what you imagine. It's just what you enable and let your mind to concoct. And the mind can create things wonderful and things scary. And I think this is scary. This is very dark and somber. And the head, it doesn't have a connection with the body. So what's to do here? To restore connection with the body. How do you do it? You do it by meditation. You do it by just sitting in your body for 15 minutes a day. It's plain and easy. You can do it in many different ways, but it's always working. It's always reconnecting you with the present and not with your imagination. So whatever you're seeing here, you can get yourself out of this mind trap. Dear Cancer. The change of perspective changes so many things. So, these are energies for the great full moon and lunar eclipse due 27th of July 2018. I hope you use this beautiful energy in the best possible way for you and for your greatest good. And that's what I wish you. Be blessed. Bye-bye.